Greetings from Mawphlang, Meghalaya in India. I, Mr. Tambo Lyngdoh, would like to present you the Khasi Hills Community Red Cross project implementing by the tribal Khasi community people in the state of Meghalaya, where it has been progressing for the last 10 years. The project is located in the northeastern parts of India, covering an area of 23,500 hectares. We have the dense forest of around 2,847 hectares, and the open forest is about 8,000 hectares. So this project has been implementing in 86 villages, covering the household population of 7,400. This project has been becoming one of the first Red Cross project in India, implemented by the community people. Since this project has been implemented by the indigenous tribal people, they have a lot of indigenous knowledge as well as community ownership and scientific guidance through the project. The Khasi people have a long history of forest conservation through social fencing and sacred groves and community forest management. We also have women. As you know, women play an important role to lead the way of alternative livelihood, such as mushroom cultivation, poultry, piggery, fruit trees production, and in the matrilineal society. The Khasi Community Red Cross project is located and implemented in a community and clan-owned lands where forest is under the Autonomous District Council. This was recognized by the Constitution of India in the 6th schedule, and the indigenous community people control about 90% of the forest. And we form the federation in the Hima, where they are the traditional heads that are the custodians of all the clan land and as well as the community land in the area. The village council form a kind of we form a cluster so that these can be looked into the matter where the project is needed, and the communities hold all the carbon rights. When we form the federation, we call it Sinjuk, because all the 10 indigenous traditional institutions came together to be on the top of the decision making, to blend the scientific know-how with the project, and also implementing the project in such a way that people should be beneficial. And we also, through the Hima, we choose the male and the female community facilitators to facilitate all things that is needed to be done to the project, as well as reporting back to the Hima. We also form clusters, all lower working committee, by clustering 2 to 5 villages where 50% men and 50% women can take part into the decision-making power, or also to share a micro watershed. From the village level, we also select youth volunteers, 1 male, 1 female. The youth volunteers acts as the messenger to the village and the Hima, where we also implementing the village knowledge register as well as all other things that is needed from the project. They also take part in tree plantation and other activities based on incentives. I would like to share with you about the project activities. We top by the herbalists because these people were being respected and honored by the people because they are practicing and giving the service to the community through herbal healing. We also focus on forest fire management because besides sinding, where we do the pre-control burning, we also introduce the cleaning of the patches through scientific and the modern way of fire lines to prevent forest fire, because there is a part of a year that there is no rain and it's too dry, so the fire used to occur. We also have the self-help group. We are having about 250 self-help group with us, where we adopt and also we create them in such a way so that we can involve them for socio-economic livelihood development. We also introduced the fruit tree cultivation. This is one of the best things that we can do, the orchard in our backyard garden, so that people can get something out of it, because you know that the world today, they are seeking for organic fruits where they can come to village to purchase. We also introduced mushroom cultivation. It's about to nourish the people through the other way of food habit, so that they don't eat a lot of meat, but they will depend also on mushrooms. We also introduced vermicomposting for organic farming, because as we know all these days that people are liking very much of what we are doing, because we want to grow organically. And we also introduced pig breeding, which is a stall fed. We don't need to go anywhere to to herd the cow or the goats, but we introduced pigs where it is very much needed for the community, as the people used to eat a lot of pork. And we also introduced poultry, which is also stall fed, and we also have the hybrid of the broiler, where it grows well and they can sell in higher price. We also have the silviculture, which is forest and land management, where the people should see that this forest should be healthy, where they clear all the weeds and the unwanted species. We also introduce home-based nurseries because we want to be self-sustained, because the home-based nurseries will help us to supply the saplings to be planted in a cap planting, or to even to sell to some other governmental organization as well. And the last but not the least is the ecotourism. We recently introduced this, and we found out that people are very much cooperative, where we have been trying to find out and locate the homestays as well as the place to visit, and also the guides. This is a pictorial slides that we can show how the fruit tree cultivation is taking place. You see this old lady with a very happy heart. She stand and tell us that from one tree she get around 4,000. So she have about 100 trees. So she is earning about 90,000 a year. And because the fruit trees are perennial crops, they can be sold fresh and dried. They also grow quickly and doesn't require much management. But they should also be, you should not allow cattle to be inside. Only the cattle have to be taken care. We also have mushroom, which can be grown in the room itself, where it not just nutritional, but also it grows very well, and it really costs a high price, as well as it is also a kind of a food that we can eat to feel happy, and also as an alternate for meat. Though we are sharing about activities and all the things that we have introduced in the project, we still have challenges, which is both natural as well as artificial. We have the natural challenges, just like drought. You will wonder why we have drought in our area, but you should know that from October sometime till March we don't have rain, and all the water, we are living in the part where the rainfall is heaviest in the world, but still we don't have water, because all water flows to Assam and Bangladesh, which cause flood there, but also a drought in our area. So we have also the loss of forest habitat, because due to the pressure of the population explosion, the developmental works with big roads and big place for recreation and all that, this is also loss of forest habitat. And we also found out, since the forests become so depleting, we see that some organizations, even from the government side, introduce the exotic species, which is not good, because they are bringing out there's a fault in the kind of food web and food chain as well. And then it's also a poverty. You should know that we are living about 70% of poverty, under the poverty line. We also have forest fires. Forest fires, if you look into the matter, you will find out that there are sometimes the forest fire occurs through the short circuit from the electricity line, and some other from the burn contribution, and sometimes through children who sometimes make fire in the periphery of the forest area. And also we have the climate change. The climate change doesn't help us, because everything has been in chaos, because the cultivation and the things that people used to cultivate here doesn't grow well anymore. We also have private landowners. These private landowners, they might not be more here, but we are talking about state Meghalaya, because these people, they are crafting. They try to make the community as private, and through these areas there is quarrying, because they can do quarrying, and we try to regulate, and we try to stop. But we also see that since a human being is still here in the world, we still need boulders, so quarrying will be going, but we are trying hard to maintain and to manage that it should not be done through the machineries, but through traditional tools. And also we have charcoal production. When I talk about charcoal production, I'm not talking about the charcoal production that locally or domestically used, but about the factories that is there in the border of Meghalaya, where it feeds trucks and trucks of charcoal for making the steel plant. And also we also have the challenges on adaptation to new livelihood activities. We are in the remote area and in the village area where people, they still follow those traditional way of cultivation. They are not really ready for taking up the scientific way of cultivating, and we also have a lack of land management. As you know, we are having a lot of land with us, but we don't know how to make use of the land, and that's why we have these kind of challenges. We are happy to tell you that we from the project we are trying hard to overcome the challenges. We from the project, we believe on community power and community strength or action. So we use the community for mitigating or community-based mitigation. We also hold more than thousands of awareness programs. We believe that awareness programs is one that we can communicate in a local language, blending the scientific way of knowledge and then simplify them to the village people so that they will know what is the need of the hour and why are we doing this RED project. So through this, we are giving the awareness program. And then after the awareness program, we all the interested people or the people involved in the project, where we have been giving them some assistance and all that, or those who have been so interesting with the project, they come, we are then giving them capacity building of how they can manage by themselves. It is a bottom-up planning kind of thing, and then that is for the people. But with regards to the forest, we are introducing the assisted natural regeneration. As we know, the forest will grow by itself if there is already a forest, and we just safeguard through social fencing. And then the place where we have where the prone to forest fire, we are doing the fire lines. We are building we are engaging the fire watchers. We are not engaging throughout the year, but the youth volunteers play as a fire watcher during the dry season that will seek help or ask help during the time when there's a smoke in the forest area. Then we have seen through the years that the forest fire is lesser and lesser each year. We also are trying to show you in the next slide about the alternative livelihood activities, where we are trying to give people some other activities. We are strengthening the social fencing, where we have been noticed that the sacred groves in our area have been conserved and preserved through social fencing. And we are also looking into the convergence. We know that the government of India, especially, is having a lot of schemes and projects, but these, due to many factors, they fail to reach the right people. So through the project, we are already having each activities who is expert, has the expertise of which activities. Then with that, we take the names, make the list, send to the government, and we also do the convergence with NAREGA, the one which is guaranteed to the people, and also we do the village management plan, because as you know, we don't have village management plan. And then we are also, one of the best thing that we did is the alternative fuel sources, that introducing the LPG and the rice cooker. You see, as you know, the Modi government or the government of India is introducing, giving free connection to the BPL families, but we are capturing the middle, between the middle of the BPL and the APL, where the people, they are above poverty line, but they cannot afford of having a connection of the LPG. So we take these people, and about 4,500 LPG cooktops have been supplied, and also about 1,000 rice cookers has been supplied to the people. And one of the things that we did also is the transition to stall-fed livestock instead of grazing. This is one of the major things that we have been achieved, and we are fighting the challenges. Before I go to the last slide, I would like to share with you the lesson learned. You know, the integration with the various partners and consultants, we learn a lot of things that make things easier. When we start a project, if we don't have the CFI, we will not be able to penetrate through the thick skin of the RED+ project. But by having the Zero Emission, the COTAP, the Plan Bibo, which is the best in itself, which is so supportive and helping us to know better of what we are to do. And we have been learning a lot. And right now we are also able to complete the PDD and also submit it to them, which will be re-verified soon. And also we have been able to prepare the 2 pins for the Manipur Kuki project as well as Ribhoi project. This shows or showcasing that the integration with all these partners and consultants, especially the Plan Vivo, is the best thing that we learn. As I've been telling you that we have been extending the project to the Kuki in Manipur and also the Rivohai district of the Khasis, we see that the project shows the popularity because people, even from Meghalaya itself, from Garo Hills, from Turan Bakmara, also from the Sentung side or some other sites, they have been inviting us to come and work with them because the Plan Vivo system of carbon management or REDD+ project it's called carbon management and rural livelihoods. So since these projects are been implementing in the village area, people see that they also want to take the challenges of implementing the REDD project even in the area as well. So, and one of the things also that we like most is that the Plan Vivo and this concept of the Plan Vivo project is the bottom-up planning, where people, as you know, the elite are out of the framework, because the people by themselves, they are the owner of the forest, and also they decide about what they want to do about the forest. And through the projects, we also been able to see that the sense of ownership and responsibility is being enhanced. It is not just with the villages around Meghalaya and in the northeastern states of India. It is also about the World Bank. The World Bank come to sit with us many times. The ICFI from Dehradun, the government of India themselves, they come more than 3 times. They even come and sit with us, learn from us, and also the Basin Development Project of Meghalaya, as well as the JICA from Japan. These are all things that they have been impressed by what we are doing, and so we see that the future and the thing that we are doing is a good thing, and it can change the world. This is my last slide, and I would like to share the opportunities for the future. As you know, we are all depending on the biodiversity conservation. We need to conserve the biodiversity because every day they are depleted. We don't know that so many we have lost already. So we have to create the wildlife corridors by connecting the existing forest, because we see that there are so many animals that has been rescued by our team because they are not in the proper place where they stay. We also have to champion the sighting of the biodiversity sightings, because we should be able to tell our future generation that those things that are around us should be with us all the time. So we have to see that something should be done on this, and we also should be able to connect the communities with the wildlife department. We already work with the wildlife department. They are impressed with what we are doing. So, but we need to do more, because people, even from outside the project area, they call us when they see something like the slow loris and some other animals. They call us because they don't know where to take them. So we take our time and then we go and then we tell them that we need to take to the wildlife department. But to those animals who are still strong, we try to tell them or to make them aware that it is better to release there itself. And also to educating the people on hunting. As you know, the tribal people, they are eating all type of meat, and they used to do hunting, lot of hunting. But through the project, the intervention of the project, we are happy to see that through the awareness we are giving to them, people, they don't kill even a snake, which is one of the wild enemy to the human being. But nowadays people are reducing them. And also we have to create the awareness on the endangered plant and tree species. As you know, the herbalists, why we put the list on the top, because they are the one who suffered a lot, because they cannot even cure a person, or they cannot get the ingredients, all the ingredients in time, because they are already depleted. And also we have to connecting people through ecotourism. I've been starting in 1996, and now Mawphlang has become the best tourist spot in India, and we want to also see that all these areas under the project should be able to be implementing ecotourism in such a way which is sustainable and friendly. And when we look into the project matter, we see that hydrology also is one of the things. I already started, through the project, we already started, I mean to say, that we are renovating the drinking water sources, the ponds and the washing place and all that, so to enable people to use these areas as one of the places, as we all know that the water that comes from the pipes and the reservoir might be dried out in one day, but if they have their alternative or they enhance their own traditional way of drinking ponds and water sources, they will be sustained. And also the soil management, the soils stabilization. We already know a lot of landslide happening everywhere because people, they don't know how to control this kind of thing. So we have to see about this. And also we have to look into the watershed protection. The whole watershed should be seen and should be looked into a particular matter because we all share the micro watershed in the project area. So the healthier the micro watershed, the healthier the species, the flora and fauna around the area. And also we have to introduce irrigation. We all know that irrigation is one of the main things that if we can do it in a better way, it will also enhance the way of our production in the future. From the Khasi Hills Community REDD+ project, we are so privileged to get this opportunity to present this presentation visually. We hope that this presentation will give you some insight of what we are doing. We are thankful to the Plan Bibo who has been given this opportunity to present, though we cannot be there in our body, but our mind and our best wishes is for all the members present here and all the people taking part in the stakeholder meeting during this year 2022. We wish you all the best, and please wish us all the best so that we can continue to work like this in the future. Thank you very much.